Since it began 6 years ago, the Media Mobilizing Project has documented the struggles of Philadelphians and Pennsylvanians, the 99%, who are organizing for their most fundamental rights. Now more than ever, so many of us fighting for our dignity and livelihoods as nurses, taxi drivers, guest workers, young people, and families are emerging in motion. We're connecting our struggles with one another and building strong networks of clear, competent, committed, and connected leadership, who will build the kind of power we need to secure a future where every person can live with dignity.
I want to ask Governor Corbett a question. Why do students have to starve for prison CEOs to eat?
I got one thing to say. Shame on you, Governor Corbett. Shame on you.
We stand with the Philadelphia Student Union to end the school to prison pipeline. The problems that my grandson faces in school are the problems that I face on my job are connected. And they are connected to the problems you are facing too.
Justice never happens alone. The same thing that's going on in Philadelphia is going on in Maryland. It's going on all over the United States of America. But the thing that we need to realize is we need a movement.
And on behalf of the 56 unions, soon to be 57 unions, in the AFL-CIO and all of our members, I want to say it's a tremendous honor to present you with this charter.
We got an AFL-CIO charter. We're the 57th union of the AFL.
Yeah, we need it. Yeah. We need a power. We are 99%. We need a working hard job.
Now we have the power for collective bargaining.
Today, there is an opportunity to unify and strengthen our communities, our families, and ourselves. The Media Mobilizing Project is pursuing this opportunity with the members of the Philadelphia Student Union, SEIU 32BJ, Unified Taxi Workers Alliance, UTWA, Casa Monarca, and the Logan CDC.
I would like to see any one of these administrators stand on their feet for 12 hours taking care of sick people. That's what I would like to see. They're sitting in their offices making their hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars and wanting us to take cuts.
If I just use myself as an example, you know, I'm a mother of 4 biracial kids who go to school in Philadelphia who, you know, I've been in an ambulance with a paramedic that took me to a hospital and I got taken care of by a nurse. I mean, I'm a living example, and so are all of you, so I don't understand how they can really divide us.
If you live in a poor community, your schools are going to have less money. And there are a lot of people out there, sometimes there's policymakers and politicians that'll say money doesn't matter. But if you look at where they're sending their kids to schools, they're sending their kids to schools where money matters a lot and where they're paying enormous amounts of money to have their children educated. And so for them to then say that money doesn't matter is really a lie.
Deportation!
Education, not deportation!
I said education, not deportation! Oh yeah.
What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now!
We're here to stand up for justice, to stand up for our rights as humans, as people living together in this society.
If these men are deported, that we're here supporting today, if they're deported, their families will be forced to struggle, and for what? These deportations will not bring back our security or prosperity. They will not make our schools better or create jobs with decent pay and benefits.
Happens, and I think the good thing that has come out of this horrible thing that happened is meeting everyone in here and seeing everybody come together.
You know, they're still trying to treat us the same way, like numbers. You know? What do we want? When we're people, we're families. You shouldn't have to go to a free clinic to go see a doctor. That's why we're fighting for this. That's why we're going for this.
These firefighters that are around there on Rising Sun Avenue who could have been here in 3 minutes, their heart ached because they were not in service that day. They hurt for the death of these 2 boys who died at that front bedroom window. I was on the job, I saw it.
This has got to stop because it's not us who are dying, it's these kids.
They're really missed by everyone on this block. It's hard. whatever we need, as we are family here on this block, all of us.
I'm sorry to say this, but this whole system with this branding is, excuse my language, this is totally screwed up. This should not be happening.
Every day I look out my door, I have to see this and reflect on this every day. We love Kevin Peterson and we miss him, because the Tang family is like family to everybody on the block.
Cannot fail all the kids. I so very sad about my kids, my laptop. All my laptop cannot compare, even $1 million cannot compare with my 2 sons. I love them very much, more than my life.
We are power! We are strong! We are strong! Who are we? Who are we? J1 students! J1 students!
Hershey student workers have shut down production at the Hershey.
As an American, I don't want them to come over to this country and experience this for 4 months, this kind of work and this kind of treatment, and then go home and say, this is how Americans are treated.
I was about 5 when the mills closed in Pittsburgh, and so I definitely have seen how that's completely destroyed my community, and really can't go back there because there's not a whole lot going on.
I grew up when times were tough, things got better, and now I see it going back to the tough times, and I don't want to see my kids have to live through them tough times.
I know how hard I work every day. I know the effort I put into it, and I know how exhausted I feel when I get home. And it's unfortunate that that much effort and that much hard work doesn't even pay the bills anymore.
So we started thinking about this struggle as much bigger than just an immigrant rights struggle or what was happening to these individuals. It was that there was an entire system built to incarcerate people, to break families apart, to make sure that people weren't educated enough to fight for what they needed and fight for their human rights.
If we want to change this system, we can't play under the same rules that the system already has. If we continue with these struggles about this is my struggle for labor rights, this is my struggle for education, this is my struggle for immigration, we can't achieve anything and we can't change a system because we're playing under the same rules.
From speaking to different organizations like Juntos and One Love Movement and Media Mobilizing Project, we discussed how this human rights issue connects with different movements across all our communities and which are those ways that we can really work together to be a very strong front.
Entonces caí en cuenta de que yo no estaba sola en la redada.
And that's when I realized that I wasn't the only one that was having the same problem.
Fue así como conocí a otras personas en mis mismas condiciones.
And that's when I met other people that were facing the same conditions.
What is really up for discussion, it is what kind of society America will be for the next 100 years. We need to believe that we can change the reality. Do you believe? Yes. Would you fight for human rights? Yes. Would you organize?
Yes. People do feel like I'm the last priority, and I am the priority far after rich people and corporations. So when we say put people first, like that reflects what people are experiencing.
It's got to be systematic, and I'm hoping that in this gathering we don't become 2 ships passing in the night, but we establish the kinds of communication where we can really begin to learn from each other.
It starts right here, it starts in the community, it starts with us.
This government is for the people and by the people.
We need to show that the poor and working class folks who are taking up the lead are fighting on behalf of the most of us. The 99% who are struggling in a system that doesn't work for them.
You need to come like a community, not just like a workers, not just like a bunch of workers, if not like a community that are asking for something better. A community that are asking for a change, a community that say this is enough, and we believe that another world is possible.
History is on our side. Reason is on our side, and if we fight, if we organize, justice will be on our side.